is Pat. I'm here to grab the trailer today and get it all hooked up. I know I told everyone I would make a video of this, so here we go. One thing I want to point out is my current trip odometer. I'm averaging 1.9 miles a kilowatt hour, and I have 113 miles left. 287 miles is what I've driven. So that was at 100% charge. I just was curious what I could get. I'm currently at 28%. Here's a cool trick if you didn't know about it. What's my battery percent?
Your battery is at 27%.
So got my battery at 27%. I don't like that it doesn't display the percent on the left hand side of my DIC, but that's okay. So pulling up to the trailer now, and I'm gonna just show everyone kind of my process of how I get it all hooked up and tow it with the Hummer. Stay tuned. Okay, and sorry about the glare here. One thing that I want to point out, you got to push the little button on your camera to get the line for lining up the ball here. Another thing that I do is I turn my mode to tow haul mode, and then I also raise up my air suspension to normal. And reason for that is for when I'm hooking up my hitch, I don't want my air suspension lowered when I'm putting on the weight distribution hitch. I want it at the height that I'm going to be towing. All right, everyone, we're here at the trailer. Here's the Hummer. You can see I have it in tow haul mode and I have it at the normal riding height. Definitely do that before you hook up your weight distribution hitch. It's just going to make the process a little bit easier, and it's not going to run your air suspension pump as much. So here's my trailer. It's a 29.5 foot Jayco Whitehawk 2.4 MBH. I do have the GMC trailer camera installed on it, and that is right here. Now you're going to see two mounts on here. This first mount was put on for my 3500 HD Sierra, and I had to get another mount. Well, I didn't have to get another mount. I had another mount, and I had to mount it lower for the Hummer. Reason being is the instructions have you mount it within a target pattern from where your tailgate camera is versus the camera in the back. So you can see here the Hummer's camera is actually really low on the tailgate. The GMC Sierra's camera is actually up in here. So because of that, I had to move the cameras down relative to where they are on the tailgate. So we're gonna go ahead and get the trailer pulled out here, and yeah, I'll show you what it's all about. So one thing I also want to point out here is I installed this battery switch a few years ago, and this switch has been absolutely great for me. I need to reseal the silicone around it, but I've had this trailer now for about 3 years, and I installed it when I got it. What this does is it allows a hard disconnect from the trailer systems. So my trailer, like a lot of the new trailers, comes with a battery disconnect switch here. And what I had learned out the hard way was it does not disconnect everything like you would think it does. I called Jayco about it, and they said that people want to know certain statuses of their trailer and things like that. When I leave mine parked over the winter, I don't care about that. So I do take my batteries off. I keep them on a tender in my garage on a shelf, on a wooden shelf. So I just put those back in here and got the trailer up and running. But I'll include everything in the description for what you need to install this. If you're like me and you have a trailer where your battery disconnect doesn't disconnect, this is a really easy way to do it. It's just a little knob that you turn here. Okay, you can see here I got my hitch hooked up. So I have my pin in here. I do have a locking pin for when we're traveling, but most of the time I just use a standard pin. This is a 10,000 pound equalizer hitch. Got the 4-point sway control. It's absolutely great. So this is probably one of the better ones that I've ever used. I've used a few different brands, but you can see the little mounting bars here, and the bars go here. I probably need to put some paint on there, but yeah, so I'll back it up and kind of show you how all of this works. All right, we're inside the truck now. I'm in tow haul mode, and you can see right here, and again, apologies for the glare. Probably should have thought about that before I took my roof off. We are all ready to go, so I'm just going to back it up nice and slowly here. Love the little line. Don't forget, if you don't have that line, you got to click on the right hand side there. And just back it up. I'm off actually a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and pull forward. And we're going to back it up and get her all lined up. There we go. Now, one thing's a little deceptive depending on how high you've raised the trailer. The ball may be right under it, and that actually looks really good. Just wanted to show one more camera view here I forgot about. This is the zoomed in hitch view. So if you're backing up to your truck like so, you can see you got your hitch line displaying with the hitch, and once you get really close, you can hit the zoomed in view and go backwards. So what I do, I put it in park, and if my parking brake doesn't engage, I make sure that I engage my parking brake. So let's go ahead and jump out and see how we did. That looks to be absolutely perfect. So we'll go ahead and put it on here. Now, one trick that I tell everybody, and I'm not going to do the front door because this is so annoying. I'm going to grab my gloves really quick too. You want to leave a door open. If you don't leave a door open, your air suspension is going to start activating when you put pressure on the hitch, and it'll start lifting it up. And we don't really want that. What we want to do is let the weight of the trailer settle on the hitch, and then what we're going to do is put the weight distribution bars on after the trailer is hooked up. So I'll go ahead and do that and show you what it looks like here. Okay, so you can see here that I've got the trailer hooked up. So you want to make sure the ball settles nicely, put the pin in, and what you want to do now is extend the jack. And you can see here, these bars are going to start lifting up slightly above the hitch. Now it's also going to lift up the back end of the truck, which you can see. You don't want to overstress your jack in this situation, so you just want to get it enough. And my hitch comes with a cool little bar here, where all I do is I push this inward like so. I'm sorry for the one-handed camera filming, but you lift this up and it snaps right on. Give it a little bit of a push in there. And then I also have these, which go right here. And then we'll go and do the other side. So we'll be right back. All right, we're here on the other side now. Just gonna lift it up. There it goes. And I put my little locking pin in like so and put it down. So now let's go ahead and retract the jack. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and retract the jack, and you're gonna hear the tension being put on these bars, and we're probably also gonna see a little bit movement in the truck here, and then I'll close the door of the truck and you'll see if the air suspension adjusts just a little tiny bit. And after we're done with this, I'll hook up the safety chains, the emergency brake, as well as the electrical and the camera, and show you what that looks like. One thing I do is I shut off my truck before I hook any of that up. I've had some problems in the past with the software where it doesn't recognize the camera, so I found it's better to have the truck off before you do any of that. So we'll go ahead and get this here. Let me shut the door, and let's see if the air suspension even moves at all. It's looking pretty good, so we'll see what happens when we start driving, but all in all, it's looking really good. I hear it clicking. Here it goes. A little bit of movement up. Not too much. Okay, that was it. So we are all hooked up. Let me get the everything else connected here, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, we are now in the truck. The trailer is connected. I got a message that my trailer brake gain was at 2.5, and here's how you can manually adjust your your trailers, if you need more brakes, you just squeeze right here. I'm guessing because the batteries have been out of this trailer for a while that those drum brakes need a little bit of a charge going through them, so I'm probably not going to get a ton of trailer brake gain. One thing with the trailer brake gain too, I haven't been able to figure out, but I believe when you have one pedal driving on and you let off of the pedal, and it might even not matter if one pedal driving's on, but when you hit the brakes, depending on what your gain is, it's going to engage the trailer brakes. I kind of want my trailer brake gain a little bit lower if need be, and it sounds silly, but I'll grab them manually if I need to, just because I want that trailer weight if I'm going downhill to be regenning. I don't want to be wasting all of that energy from the trailer. So make your own decision, make sure that you understand how it works, and make sure that if you do manually squeeze the gain, that it does lock up if need be. Your wheels are, right on the verge of locking up. So again, make your own decision, but let's go ahead and go to the trailering app. And it did tell me my trailer is connected. It does recognize my trailer here. I'm curious to see if the tire sensors, they're showing up right now, but we're gonna see if they stay connected. I've heard they go to sleep after so long. But we're gonna go home and put some air. I can see my back left needs a little bit of air. I don't live too far away. So it's telling me that the trailer camera needs to be calibrated. What you do is you drive forward to do that. So we'll go ahead and when we pull out of here, we'll see if it does. We're gonna go ahead and do our lights test really quick. Now you should be able to do this from the GMC app. I've done this from the app in the past on my Sierras. The Hummer has the same trailering software for the most part. So let's go back here and see if it does it. I know that the app has been updated recently, and in some ways it's been, they limited some features. So we got our left turn signal, right turn signal, reverse lights, and hopefully our brakes. There we go. So we're all good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull forward and remove my chocks, and we'll slowly pull out. Okay, we're pulling out. One thing too I want to point out, I've not had any problems whatsoever with my mirrors. The Hummer is wide enough where I don't find the need to have any extensions put on or anything like that. Oh, one thing I want to do too, I want to reset my trip here. So again, we were at 27%. Let's go ahead and see what we get. I'm going to do a round trip. I'm just going to take it to the house, which isn't too far away, about 10 miles away. And then we're going to go ahead and at that point and drive down back and park it. So it looks like the system calibrated too. So let's go ahead and take a look here once I get clear. So there's the transparent trailer view. Now it looks a little funny from right here, and the reason being is that my spare tire is right by the camera. There's not a ton I can do about that. I've thought about different places to mount it, and I've just not found anything good. So yeah, it's okay though. I still get a great camera view. If I want to see just the normal backup camera, you can see where the camera is with the tire. It actually does a pretty good job in my opinion. So let's go ahead and turn on the well, actually one thing that's really neat, if you turn on your blinker, you can see here the blind spot area for a trailer, which is fantastic. So we're gonna go ahead and pull on out. We'll see everyone when we get home. who doesn't like using Super Cruise while towing. So I definitely got to get air in that one tire. My sensors are all connected, which is great. It also could be that the tire was sitting in the shade and the rest were in the sun, but who knows. So my cord for my camera loosened out a little bit too. I got to re-secure that. So the transparent camera turned off. Just part of opening your trailer up, getting things all set up again for the season. But absolutely love it. A little worried about my miles a kilowatt hour. 0.9 is not where I want to be. I want to be at least 1 and above, but we'll see what it looks like on the way home and what I average here. I'm going uphill quite a bit, so there's that, but we'll see what it looks like when we get home, or when we get the trailer parked back and have a good average. .6. Woo! Going uphill, she uses some juice, that's for sure. I want to say we've already used 10%, and we've only got 12.6 miles, so... yeah, our trip's gonna be good. Love the turn signal feature here. Seriously, this thing is fantastic. All right, everyone, we just got home and went just under 15 miles and averaged 0.6 miles a kilowatt hour. What's interesting is the battery was at 27% and it said it's at 17%. So we'll see what happens here, but yeah, does a great job. We'll see what it looks like on the way down. I might charge just a little bit, but I think I'll be okay. All right, everybody, we're here at the trailer and you can see here we have 30.8 miles that we went, 0.9 miles a kilowatt hour. Now, I did charge the truck up to 28%. When we got to my house, we were at 17%, and we are now at 22%. So that's that's 6% less. So in theory, we would have been at 11% if I didn't charge. It's not horrible. I was hoping for a little higher than 0.9. It is really, really windy today. But at the end of the day, this is a real world scenario. So I'm going to be heading down to the Great Sand Dunes in Colorado. It's about 190 miles round trip. I have a plan. We'll see if the plan works out. And I'll definitely post back here. So thanks, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions. Absolutely love the Hummer and towing with it. It's a fantastic vehicle. So hope you enjoy the video.